Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and I. This is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. I want to thank you for joining us today. And again, family, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. Why? Because you're breathing, you're living. We have an opportunity to have a wonderful, wonderful life. The decision is yours. It depends on what you want to do, how you want to go about handling your business on today's date. Whatever date, whatever time, because again, we see this particular program at different times, different days. So whatever time, whatever day that you see the program, I want to thank you for watching. But remember, it's your day. It's your day to live. It's your day to have the opportunity to be the best person that you can be. And that's the way. Well, got a person real quickly. Family, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I want to put you on hold, but who am I speaking with, please?
This is Michelle Broughton. Good morning.
Okay, hold on, please. Thank you. And family, so again, I am getting so many wonderful, wonderful comments from the family from around the world. And so my local people, and they say, well, Billy, you're not always talking to us. Family, I am talking to you, my local folks, but we're speaking in a pattern because we have folks from around the world that are watching, that are listening to what is happening to you here in Detroit, because they realize there's things happening everywhere that's very, very similar to what's going on in Detroit, Michigan. But we also talk about the things that's going on for folks in other areas. We want people to understand how to talk. We have folks who are saying they're understanding the English language, how it's used by watching this program. Family, can you believe that? Folks are learning how to initiate and engage in English in conversations. It's one thing to be able to find a word here, a word there, but when you are able to put this into a conversation and you're happy with your progress, thank you for trusting the Talk Beat Jones. Once again, I am Billy E. Jones. Remember, the Talk Beat Jones, we are live every Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. That's right, from 10 a.m. to 11 on Wednesdays, we are live. So in case you choose to watch the program and you would want to call and add something or ask a question or ask us to elaborate on a point that is being discussed, not a problem. We can do that. You can do that. We'll have numbers on the screen for you to call from anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And it don't cost you nothing, family. And people can hear you. And they can hear you all over the world. I don't have to go over all of the modalities. You know that they're there. You know that they're here. And, you know, Michelle, when you came on, you sound a little loud, so we're going to turn you down a little bit so we can get that equalized out a little bit, Michelle. So don't worry. We're going to bring you down just a little bit. Let me hear you say something, Michelle.
Good morning.
Okay, we're going to bring you down just a little bit there. Say it again, Michelle.
Good morning.
That's perfect. Now we got
on
you.
the Billy Jones Show.
Okay, now we got you. Just where I like you. I like to be able to hear you clear and be able to feel that emotion that you got, because you got such great emotion. Hold on, Michelle Broton. Hold on. So, family, that's what this is about. And you're sharing the program, you're liking the program, you're loving the program, and all the time I'm watching the programs just continue to circulate, continue to circulate. So continue to like the program, continue to share the program, because you're finding the information and the way that we are putting it out there, family, on the Talk B. Jones. Later, you're hearing how serious it is. Later, you're hearing how serious things are. You're hearing how the government was like poo-pooing this Delta virus on a low key. On a low key. I told you, I spoke to you. I said, family, get yourself prepared. For all of the family members who continue to ask me, Billy, why are you wearing a mask? Why am I wearing the mask? You're reading, you're hearing everybody at this point, at some point, is being mandated, that's working, is being forced to wear a mask or, and quote, get their injections. It's serious. It is very, very, very serious with this Delta variant, and it's nothing that we should just say, oh, okay, it's going to get better. It's not happening that way, family. And remember, I continue to tell you, think for yourself, love yourself, care for yourself, be that person that's in charge, that is able to read between the lines. Read between the lines, family. That's what's very, very important for you to do, is to understand. The United States is not going to panic the citizens. But you have to read between the lines to protect yourself. So we won't continue to beat that, but I just want to let you understand that the masking, that they're telling you to go back indoors to wear the mask, believe me, this family, you've got to take care of yourself. They don't know from day to day what is really, really going on. And don't let your life be what they gamble with. Don't you be the person that gamble with your life. Well, family, once again, we're back here with the Talk B. Jones. Remember that it's live if you care to choose to call us. The lines will be open. We have 3 different telephone lines for you to call. And what do you want to talk about? What is it that's happening in your particular part of the world? We would just kind of throw some things out, etc. At some point, we're going to talk about the water authority person that the CEO decides to step down. That's right. McCormick reported to depart after recent flooding woes. The head of the Great Lakes Water Authority plans to step down following weeks of severe flooding that damaged homes and roadways in Metro Detroit and prompted public outrage over the region's infrastructure. She says, I'm out of here. There's more, but I just want to give you a little something to put on your mind. At some point, we're going to talk about the Proposition P and finding out more information about that. We want to talk about the children going back to school as they're going back to school, in school training, in school learning. We want to talk about some of the fires. We want to talk about, a particular councilman is going to be indicted. We'll let you talk about that in case you choose to want to call. This person is in Detroit. Council person is on the Detroit City Council. We'll talk about that. My goodness. We'll talk about Miss Michelle Broton.
Yes.
Welcome back today.
Thank you for welcoming me back.
If I had something to start you off with, and we're going to talk in clips because we're going to try to move it along so that we don't get stuck on any one particular thing too long, Miss Broton. But,
okay.
I dropped this. I got to pick this up. What is the first thing that hits your mind before we talk about the schools?
That Yes, you are on point. I've just come back from the wonderful state of California, and the variant is going up. And in California, the school kids have returned, not all of them, but some districts have returned. So, yes, you must wear a mask to protect you and your family.
Mm-hmm. And how serious, well, I'll let you go on it. What else would you like to speak on, or would you further with that?
Yeah. So it is very serious because, as you stated, nobody knows from day to day. So it's just safe to keep your mask on, vaccinated, keep your mask on, because, yes, you can contract this nuclear variant as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. And so what else did you find while you were away that you can bring back to your citizens here in Detroit, Michigan?
That during my travels, that some people are really taking this serious, and I'm talking about the coronavirus and everything that it entails. And some people are still somewhat non-believers. So I would agree with you, family. Protect yourself. It's still here. It hasn't gone away. They used to talk about herd mentality. Now we don't even hear about herd mentality.
Okay, we'll get into that. Hold on a moment. This is the Talk B. Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. Can I get your first name and your conversation, please?
Grand Rising, Billy.
Hey, Minister Malik Shabazz, how are you?
It's a great day to be alive, my brother, and great rising, grand rising. Good morning to our sister Broughton and to your viewing and listening audience.
Hold on, Minister, just a moment. Michelle?
Yes.
You're on the conference line. You can step in the conversation anytime that there's appropriate for you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Minister? Oh, got to bring you back.
I want to remind the viewing audience about this Sunday, August 1 at 3 p.m. We're meeting up at the DeQuinder Gricksdale Park, which is between Nevada and East 7 Mile. We're going there because right nearby, Stephen Radcliffe, a black father who was a father, who was involved in his daughter's life, was murdered by SUV. We're going to the park once again. We're going to clean up the park in the name of love. We're going to pick up the garbage.
Okay, Minister. I want you to go ahead and hit this because it's the beginning of the program, and I don't want to be with just that. I want to come back if there's something else I want to speak to you about. The young lady that's on the billboards as well. So I want to hit this, but I don't want to start the program off with this just now. Hold on, please. What I want to do is to come back and hit the program on what I want is this council person.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes, I do. I want to, because, we want folks to be able to stay and listen to what we're talking about. And this is hot. Councilman expected to face bribery charge. Spivey said to have taken $1,000 from undercover officer. City Councilman Andre L. Spivey is expected to be indicted for bribery on claims he accepted $1,000 from an undercover informant, his attorney said. What do you think about that, Michelle?
I think that's terrible. Now I understand why they didn't want to kick off the other councilman that also took a bribe and let him sit and keep his job until the end. Sounds like the way they're rolling out, everybody's on to take down the city council. But $1,000, Billy, really? I could hustle that up. $1,000. I'm sorry. A weekend of dining and going out to listen to jazz music is $1,000. So now, first of all,
now remember,
that's sad that he would do that.
Okay, wait. Before we get into a whole lot of about this, let's stay kind of succinct. This is what's happening now. He has not, quote, totally been indicted just yet. The Hall said the indictment will detail the bribery allegations involving Spivey, whom he says has been cooperating with the U.S. Attorney's Office and other authorities for the past 15 months trying to resolve it. So apparently this happened some years ago.
Yeah.
And so all this time that he has been serving, and we've been going through this Gabe Leland situation, and there's been no conversation, and none of the other council persons have had anything to say. Maybe now we understand what's really going on. And my question is to you, again, is how and why are all of these council persons being put into this position where they are being indicted for such few dollars? Few dollars.
Is agreed, Billy. Is agreed. I'm really disappointed, disgusted, actually. This particular council person was a mentor to our school. He personally came to the school and told the young men and women that they could aspire to be him or better. And they looked up to him. The kids over there where I teach, they love Andre Spivey.
Okay.
And this is what you do?
Okay, wait. Before we get into all of that again,
Greed.
Hold on.
Why would you take $1,000?
Hold on, Michelle.
Make or break your life.
Michelle, hold on. Before we start going through all of the, let's just kind of frame it, okay? Andre Spivey, and I have been able to meet him, and I've been able to interview him through the Minister Malik Shabazz program, etc. And I just thought he was so outstanding.
Yeah.
With his children, and so I'm not going to jump him. I'm not going to start dogging him because again, no. Because again, family, he has not had his time in trial. We don't know exactly what the circumstances are, because if they're saying that the situation had him not dealing with anything with the office potentially, we have to give it time. We don't want to start throwing mud. Hold on a moment. I forgot to have Minister Malik. Malik?
Hear me?
Yes. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I wanted to do is I didn't want to bring you on this early. I like to bring you on later because again, I wanted to have some time to talk with you, but I don't want to go into the missing persons, etc., for the total first half an hour of the program. Can you hold back on that for just a moment and go with me with this Spivey situation?
Of course, brother.
Okay. Let me give you an ABC. First, I'd like to hit this Spivey situation. I don't want to beat him up. I just want to make the report because, again, my mind about Mr. Spivey has not changed at this point. You know him. You've done work with him. But I don't want to necessarily stay with him. Can you tell me what is going on with the city council people that for all of these various different years, we have folks on our city council that are constantly coming up with some type of bribery charge or some type of taking money charge? What is the mentality of our city council folks when they're constantly seeing that people are getting busted about doing whatever they're doing?
Well, you know, one thing that Negroes, we have not collectively began to understand, you can't do what other people do.
Absolutely
other people
true.
get involved in graft and greed and whatever, and they may get charged, they may not. But you and me, Michelle Broughton, Billy Jones,
but hold on,
Alicia
hold on,
Vaz,
Minister.
We're getting charged.
But hold on, Minister.
That's right.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on just a moment now. We're going to talk down like we're sitting in the basement talk now because, again, this is something that it's not about historical. It's about the folks. We, them, have grown up watching folks on the city council. They have sit back and watched folks on the city council for over the decades now that have gone and done this thing. We've heard the same particular thing about, well, we see what they do and we should understand we can't do what they. We keep hearing that. We keep hearing that part, that question, that particular perspective. These are highly intelligent folks. Highly intelligent folks. These are folks who are highly respected in their communities. What is it that make a person, and I'm just saying a person, decide to potentially throw away their career, throw away the respect of their community for just a few dollars? For just a few dollars. And when we say, well, we keep seeing what they get, okay, but that would be a difference if they was talking about him getting $100,000, $200,000. But for scrap money, we should, and we're saying that this person was leaving the city council because he was going to be a lawyer?
Well, what do you know?
Can someone help me understand, and Minister, you can go back and what you, not just had to say this for the other side of that equation, because I can't sit and just listen to idioms about us looking at them and saying, well, if they can do it, we can do it. We got too many of us in jail. Too many of us in jail to understand that doesn't work. And if you feel that way, can you explain to me so the world can understand, why do you feel that that idiom is still going on in black folk without going back too many centuries? Malik.
Well, intelligent people are not always intelligent. I fancy myself as being somewhat intelligent, but I have done.
No, I don't want to go with you. I don't, no, Malik, I don't want to go with you. I want to, because I don't have a lot of time. I want to hit.
I understand,
them.
brother.
Yes.
I'm just trying to, people don't always behave the way we think we should, and the way their talent, their abilities has demonstrated to us that they should. I'm not making any excuses, but we are human. We duck up. If Councilman Spivey is guilty of this, he ducked up. But if he is guilty of this, I mean, in the scheme of things, that's chump change, man. If you're gonna risk your life, your job, your profession, your name, and possibly jail time,
okay,
don't do it. Period. But if you're gonna do it, don't do it for $1,000,
okay,
man.
No, we got that. We got that, Minister. We got that. But the thing is, yeah, please go right ahead.
Billy said that he was our people are intelligent. They might be. And Billy, they could have had a master's or a doctorate degree.
Okay.
But do you understand common sense ain't common? And greed probably conquers people who are really greedy, but they're smart.
But this
and people never think they're getting caught. And I don't understand. They setting us up, and we just walking into the trap.
Hold on just a moment. Caller, you're live on the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and could I get your first name, your conversation, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
I'm listening to you very clearly. Can I get your first name, please?
Good morning to you. My name is Mubarak Hakeem. I'm a local musician, local businessman here in
Okay, now, Labarton, I need you to hit me.
I'd like to extend the greetings to you as well as Minister Malik and the young lady on your show.
Thank you.
I'd like to just comply in terms of what you're saying with Councilman Spivey. You without sin cast the first stone. There's no angels on the planet. I mean, he made a mistake, human error, and greed, a very unfortunate situation. Hopefully, it'll get cleared up, and it won't humiliate and smear his name so much as well. But therefore, we have a president of the United States who's been getting away with pure
hold on,
murder.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy.
But,
hold on. No, we're not switching over. We're not switching.
No, sir.
No, listen to this.
No, we're not switching over.
Listen
I'm just
to this.
Putting that out there in terms of what you're talking about. But Councilman Spivey has had 10 years of service to the city of Detroit. Now, there's a possibility throughout those 10 years he might have, some other things might have happened.
Well, first of all, let us be clear. We cannot sit and say that this is a done deal. As I mentioned to earlier.
Exactly.
As I mentioned to earlier, let me do this. The U.S. Attorney General, okay, but added, let me go this again. Detroit-based attorney Elliot Halls told the Detroit News Tuesday that he anticipates a one-count indictment from the U.S. Attorney's Office for bribery as a public official, but added, check this now, this is what I'm trying to get to, but added Mr. Spivey did nothing in his official capacity as acting councilperson that they're claiming. Okay, so we don't know exactly what the extent of the bribery, what it was about, but they're not saying, yeah, we did this in official capacity. So please, we're not, this is not where we're going to beat down Mr. Spivey, who I continue to respect. We're just talking about this potential act, this indictment. We didn't go into all of this with the Gabe, and we can go over through the different council persons for the last couple, 3-4 council people. Council sessions of people.
Well, you just made a relevant statement in terms of, we was talking about moving forward and being a lawyer, and so therefore, Councilman Spivey, if that's the case, if with parentheses around that.
Michelle, you can jump in anytime.
People make human errors, sir. I mean, we're not
okay.
saints.
We're not going into buddy, brother.
We have weaknesses and faults.
Brother.
You have weaknesses and faults.
Brother. We are not going into the understanding about human frailties. We understand that. You see, we understand that. We can give you understanding about another person who's doing some things, but he's a 3-time or 2 or 3 times elected official, and he continued to do things that people can see he is doing. We're not talking about the frailties. We're talking about what is going on. We know, but this is an elected official. What can we do? How are we able to distinguish if they have problems, if there's a mental disorder? We're going to go to a commercial break, and I don't want you to go. I'm kind of discombobulated myself because I'm just so, gotta go to commercial break, family. Once again, it's Talk Beat Jones. This is the way we want it. I want this man on. I want Minister, I want you back on. I want Michelle on. And I want you to pretend to call us and talk on the Talk Beat Jones. Be right back after these commercial announcements. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. And
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you, because healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. And to get yours today, call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
3, 2, 1. Stand by, and you're hot.
WHPR presents the WHPR 2021 Media Arts Program, celebrating families supporting the arts. Your family could be chosen to have their own radio show during the WHPR Media Arts Program. Families will be coached by our WHPR broadcast professionals to produce and execute their own radio show. Pick up your application today at WHPR TV, 160 Victor, Highland Park, Michigan. For more information, 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. WHPR presents the WHPR 2021 Media Arts Program. This program is made possible by WHPR, the Herb Family Foundation, the Community Heart Rebranding Program, Art Ops, and the Highland Park Business Association.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Mattered. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and I want to tell you, family, you're going to have to get ready for this show today because I tell you, we're going to turn it loose in just a moment. But I want to tell you, first of all, in fact, I've got Minister you right there, and I want to tell him about this lemon burn. This is the lemon burn. It's the Minister Malik lost about 50, 60 pounds. It's the #1 fat burner, stomach fat burner. It's with black seed oil and rose hips. Detox, suppresses the appetite. Burn the fat, stimulates digestion, safely decreases the abdominal visceral fat. That's that lemon burn. Make sure you get that. And family, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place it so that my family can have the ability to have a discussion, a roundhouse discussion on the air. So, Michelle?
Yes.
Malik?
Yes.
And my other young man?
Yes, sir.
I have, family, I want to let you know that I'm lucky today. I have 3 very, very highly intelligent persons on the phone with me today. So what I want to do is I put everybody on a conference line, okay? And I'm going to step back. They say, Billy, you the host, how you going to step back? Well, let me show you how how the Talk Beat Jones, Billy Jones do it. Family, I want you guys to be able to talk and discuss what you were doing, and I'm going to step out. I found myself, as I was telling my producer, I said, I'm a little jumpy. I'm not doing it the way I want to do it. So I'm going to let Malik, young man, and Michelle,
Yes.
let you guys talk on this subject. And the only thing is, when one talks, please let the other get in and talk as well. Malik, I mean, young man, we were finishing up with you. Let you continue, sir.
Okay. Would you like me to speak?
Yes, you were speaking about humans being, whatever, we make our mistakes,
Yes, sir.
etc. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. We are all in many ways we're damaged goods. We've unfortunately, very unfortunate situation with I'll say with black folks.
Okay, now you got to do this. You
That
got to
we
do it
have a
succinctly.
tendency to get caught up in trivial, petty things that don't benefit us and cause us great harm and embarrassment and humiliations. So we have to, if this particular situation has happened to our beloved brother, Councilman Spivey, then therefore I hope that he's going to learn out of this, if that's the case.
Okay, stop right there.
Because your faults are your gain.
Okay, we're going to stop you there, and we're going to have...
in many ways, that's what we have learned, especially in the music world, about me being a musician.
Okay. Minister,
your faults are your gain.
Okay, Minister
So
Malik.
therefore,
Okay,
hopefully
Minister
we will
Malik.
all learn
Hold on,
from
brother.
our mistakes.
Hello?
Okay.
And,
Okay, brother. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay.
sit up.
I want to have
And,
full disclosure. For the people that do know me, I have been working with Councilman Spivey on one thing or other since 2008. So I do know him well. And because of his long career, and we don't know all the facts, we don't know when this occurred, it's just, I think, in a big picture, they are coming after our elected officials.
Come on.
And the only thing I would like to also add is if a regular person did it, there's different rules. But when you're in the public eye and you are a public official, a politician, the stakes are higher, and you have to be mindful of everything you do, or you have to step down. It's
Okay.
just one of those things. They judge you differently, and you are in charge, in his case, of a whole district of people who needed his help, who he has helped years and years in the past, and now the government's taking them down.
Okay. Malik?
Yes. Well, I have also worked with the councilman off and on for a number of years. There were many times we were in agreement, and there were times we weren't, but we were always respectful. I pray for him. I pray for his family. I pray for our city. But again, we need to overstand and not misunderstand not only what nation we live in, but what planet. The rules are different. Written rules and unwritten, unspoken rules are different, and it is best. I'm not perfect. I cannot claim perfection, but it is best to do all you can to walk the straight and the narrow. Now, the Honorable Marcus Garvey, 100 years ago, paraphrasing him, he said, pay our leaders well. Take care of all their needs and wants, so that if you catch them in outright betrayal, you are justified in executing him. I'm not suggesting that for Spivey.
Wait.
What Mr. Garvey said.
Okay, wait. We don't have the time to go into furthering that thought. I think it's very, very clear. But the process, when you say pay them, when they step into the role of being a person taking that job, an elected official, they know the payment. They know the benefits. They know what they're getting into. So when it's stated that pay them will help them to not do the dipping in the hand type, they know the money that they're getting. In fact, we have council people who have left the council and are making $100,000 and $200,000 a year jobs in terms of being in charge of situations right now, leaving the council to go to those type of positions. So they know what they're doing, what they're getting into. Michelle, go ahead and talk. Oh, excuse me.
Yes, but we just have to, as far as our brothers and sisters, we have to hold them up. We have to remind them. When you first brought me on, Billy, what did I say? Hold their feet to the fire, keep them accountable. We need to do that, because they are there to represent us, and our job is to make sure that's what they do. And if we don't keep in touch with the people that is supposed to have our best in mind, things happen. But I would also agree with the minister, Malik. They want us to fail, so let us stop giving them that caveat, that carrot. Let us stop that. But our people, we've always done everything like Billy. We say our family. We need our family. Our family is our support. So we're the extended family, and I think we need to be on guard more.
Young brother,
I think we do.
Okay, young
I
brother,
think we need to talk to our elected officials, and if they don't want to talk to us, then it's time to make a change.
Okay, young brother, you go ahead and talk.
It's time to make a change.
Young brother, you jump in.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak. What she was saying was relevant right on, as well as Minister Malik. There was a great leader that just, he passed some years ago. His name was Dr. Khalid Muhammad. He made a statement one time. He said that we need a doctor from the neck up. You know, we have issues. We have problems, and we have to deal with one another and hold people accountable, because you have people who get into public office and have a tendency not to deal with politics. They deal with politics. So we definitely have to hold people accountable, and you never know how a person's mindset is until they get in office and they begin to do what they do in public office, and things begin to unravel.
Okay. Minister?
So we have to continuously keep working with officials and holding them accountable for their actions.
How would we hold
trying to get the best people that we can get in public office to do the public needs?
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but isn't that a process of where we are supposed to be vetting these people? Or are we supposed to just take them on their names, on their family reputations, on someone's recommendations that, oh, I know him or her, she's a good person or he's a good person? And I think, just like they're saying on the Proposition P, they got people who are saying, I don't care about what's in the charter. The people told me to vote yes, or the people told me to vote no. They're going on someone else's advice because they're trusting that person, and then they're finding that person was actually getting a little something on the side to take that position. You know, the process is that, and I want to just be perfectly honest to the family and to the world, is that I am an Andre Spivey person. I am a fan, F-A-N, of Mr. Andre Spivey. And I am saying to the family that until all of the information comes out, let us find out the circumstances of what this is about, because I personally do not believe that in the heart of hearts that this man, Mr. Andre Spivey, would cross that particular line. It may be something that is confusing that needs to be exhaled on. But I don't believe that this is something that is an indication of who this person really is. That's where I'm trying to go with this family, is that we can get the newspapers, we can read what they say about what is going on, but it's not over. It is not over. Let us give the man the opportunity to present his position of what happened. We give everybody else that opportunity before we jump them. Let's give him that opportunity as well. Minister Malik?
Well, I agree. Andre Spivey has a right to the presumption of innocence. Again, I've had the opportunity to do several things with the brother off and on. We've agreed, we've disagreed. It's okay. I remember the East Side lady and the issue she was having in her community. And she was complaining, and may she rest in peace. We didn't always agree, but she was a fighter.
Okay. Now,
I was able to get Andre Spivey to come meet her on her block, and we took a tour of her block and the houses and her issues. I will always think fondly of that. But the brother should be given his day in court. We do know that in general, the institutions, which the FBI and the federal government and the newspapers are part of that, of white supremacy, do lie.
Okay.
They have lied so long they've become perfectionists at lying. So we need to see what's going on. But again, we all need to be careful, alert, wise, pray, and think before we do, and that's elected and non-elected.
Now, what I need to do, now, hold on. Now, Michelle, I need to get your comment before we move on past this.
I agree with him wholeheartedly. We need to pay attention. We need to be on alert. This is war, and they're trying to take us out.
Okay.
I have to love my people, love Councilman Spivey, and I'm hoping that this is, it's a lie. Okay.
All right.
What else y'all gonna do?
Okay.
Who else are they gonna take out? We need to start looking to see who else are they targeting.
Okay. Before we,
because he's not
Michelle.
the only one.
Okay. Before we go now, family, that was an expose and a conversation. You got 3 different conversations, 4 actually with mine, in terms of doing some little dips. And you say, well, Billy, why do you keep interrupting them? Why do you keep cutting them off? Because, family, I only have an hour. Malik is used to talking 2 and 3 hours, framing his conversation in 2 and 3 hours. The other young man, I've heard him talk, he has a lot to say, He's brilliant, and I appreciate him. Michelle, of course, is the other co-host on this program. But I don't have but an hour, and I have to cut, slice, and dice, because right now I want to get into the process of the young person that was 4 years of age that they was saying was shot at a park. Family, that person, that young child, 4 years of age, was not shot in a park. That young child found a gun and shot themselves at 4 years of age. So we need to get that clarified, okay? But we did have a vigil, and a person came by a vigil and shot 6, 7 people. Now, let me ask y'all, what do you think about that? Anyone?
Yes.
Gang.
Joel,
Go right ahead, please.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I said this previously on Brother Malik Shabazz show, and I'm going to say it on your show too, sir. Minister Louis Farrakhan was traveling all over the country many years ago.
Baby,
he was traveling with a relevant program which was called Stop.
Hold on. Just asking. You keep giving me references from the great teachers.
No, well, I had to give you this because I'm going into what you're talking about.
But what I'm saying to you is this. Let me, because I want you to be a part. Wait, bro,
one another and loving one another.
Bro, because I want you to be with me. I want you to understand how I operate. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to be preference. I have to come and shorten it up. So I just need you to give me the understanding of, right here in Detroit, your take on persons going by, shooting in a vigil. Give me yours. What have you learned from this, from the master teachers?
What have I learned? That
Yes.
we need a doctor from the neck up, sir. We need to work on one another. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. We have to.
How do we get that? How do we get that?
Communities, with our people, work with our people, form committees.
Okay. And after all that's done, are we doing that?
Love one another.
Are we doing that, bro? Are we doing that now? Malik, help me out. Hold on, Malik.
Well, I think Brother Mubarak, who's been out here a long time.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's
I
brilliant.
think he's on to something. We're doing it, but we're not doing it to the degree that we should. We're not giving it all that we got. We have to reinstore the love. Some will say, well, here he go again. Well, I got to. The love was taken out of us systematically, willfully, skillfully, and purposefully taken out of us. And when they said, you triggers are free, nobody dealt with the menticide. Dr. Bobby Wright, menticide, historicide, genocide, apartheid.
Hold up. Minister, hold up, y'all. Now, we are going to have to direct this family to listen to the Minister Malik on Saturday from 8 to 10 so he can give you all of that and this. But, again, I'm looking at the clock. My time is down. And, Michelle, I need you to quickly tell us about these persons, these children going back to school, what's going to happen. And then, Malik, I need to talk to you about something real quickly. But, Michelle, please hit me quickly about the children.
You ready for me?
Yes.
First of all, let me go back real quick. The mothers need to be supported because these people have parents. And they're our sons and daughters. So let's, like he said, we need to start loving our community. I don't know, but we need to start that. I do it as an educator at work every day. I tell my students, put the guns down. You know, we have to, I look like you, you look like me. We have to love each other.
Michelle, I don't have much time.
As far as the schools are concerned, unless the variant pops up in some ugly way, we are prepared to go back to school in the classroom, protected with our PPE. And what I think that needs to happen that nobody's talking about, we need to have a community forum where the parents come in and say, look, please, if you want to be safe, keep your children safe, tell them it's too important for them not to wear the mask. Children need to be masked up as well.
Okay.
In the summer school, it didn't happen. The kids are wearing it under their chin. I'm just telling the truth. If you go to a school, you can see it for yourself. We need to make sure that our students understand this variant is the COVID is real.
So
I
it's
don't
a
want
parent.
to go to another funeral. I don't want to see anybody else die in my reach.
Okay.
As a teacher, as a student educator, or the parent.
Okay.
Because we didn't do our job. We didn't do our part. We didn't wear our mask.
Okay.
So, but we're going back to the classroom.
Okay. Minister Malik, you have two things going on real quickly. One, the young man that his mother has to see where he was run over, hit and run, murdered, and every day when she comes home, she leaves home, she comes home, she can't avoid looking at where she lost her son unnecessarily. Hit me with that, please. But now, Minister, real quickly, you got to do it quick because I got to go that
real
one,
quick.
and then
Sunday,
I want to hit the
3
young
p.m.
lady.
DeQuinder, Gricksdale Park between Nevada and East 7 Mile. We're going to clean up the park. We're going to register people to vote. We're going to have free burgers, turkey, hot dogs, water for anybody who wants it. We have the literature on free job training and job placement. We're doing all this in the name of Stephen Radcliffe, whose life mattered just like Jacob Blake shot 7 times in the back. His life matters too. At 4 p.m., we're doing a live press conference with any of the mothers, family members who come out. Bring the flyers of your loved one. We want to get to know you. We want to work together. And we want to bring these families together. There's strength in our numbers. There's strength in our working together.
Okay, now, the other one I want you to hit is the young girl that is missing. And we've had a mother, I've interviewed a mother with you. You've interviewed her and had her call me to interview. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Ariel.
Amaria Hall's mother, April.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Please hit that real quickly.
We were out last Sunday about her again. This is a missing teenager. She was tricked online into running away. Watch your children's computer, laptop, cell phone.
Okay, but let's stay.
Look in it.
Let's stay with her.
She was tricked. She ain't been home since, and she's being trafficked.
Now, where is she?
From Trenton to Novi to Westland and now to Detroit.
And over here on Linden Street someplace, Linwood Street that area someplace that you guys came out at a service station in terms of putting a virtual, passing out flyers and etc. notification for her.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So one last time, give us the address for the Sunday situation for Mr. Radcliffe.
Okay, it's the DeQuinder Gricksdale Park. I don't know the address, but it's on the corner of both DeQuinder and Gricksdale. It's 3 p.m. It's free. Just come on out, y'all. Let's do this for everyone who's physically able and time-wise able. In the name of love, the principle of love says, I don't have to know you to love you. The same God that I claim dwells in me is the same God that dwells in you.
Okay.
Therefore, the basis of love. Black Lives Matter
Got you.
all the time and for real.
Okay.
Not just when it's popo.
Okay, Minister.
But all the time.
Okay. And Minister, you have a show. Your teachers' lounge is from 7 to 8 a.m. Saturday. You're on from 8 to 10 Saturday. You have Dr. Confince from 11 to 12 on Saturday night from 11 to 1. You're on 910 Superstation. Young brother, I get 2 minutes for you, and I got to get ready to go. I got to let Michelle close out.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. And
I appreciate you, brother, and I want you to call me again.
Yes, sir, for talking to you and your listening audience, and as well as a panel discussion with the great Malik Shabazz and the lady, the teacher. I just wanted to say that
Michelle Broughton.
We need to work with one another. we need to show some love and set examples in many ways. And we live in a planet that's sick planet, and we are sick people. And we need to really come together and do the best that we can up under all the circumstances and the conditions that we're in. And I wish Councilman Spivey well. I've worked with many of the council members. And,
Bro, I got to get just 2 minutes. I got to let you go.
Years,
hold on.
Back over 30-year span. But I just say that we need to work with one another and keep setting the example and keep listening and watching programs like yourself.
And I want you to continue to be a part, because I like what you do and like what you say, and you'll learn how I work. And we got things, because you got plenty of things to say. You have decades and histories like the minister, and I like that. I want to put that apart. Minister, I want to thank you for being a part of the program today. We appreciate you, respect you, we love you.
Thank you.
And young man, we appreciate you. And Michelle, Michelle, we're gonna give you the closeout now.
Okay.
Yes, family, don't forget to go vote, because when we come back next week, it'll be after August the 3rd. Do your research, read up on everything, and know why you're voting for the proposal. But do go vote. Please go vote. If you haven't done it again, I love you. Be safe. Wear your mask. Protect your family, and we will talk with you next week.
All right. And family, once again, this has been the Talk B. Jones, and to the folks that I have on the telephone, I want to thank you guys for calling. And family, again, Minister Malik is doing some tremendous hard work, hard work. And we want him to continue to pass on his information through this program, as he has me working with his program. And we love him, we respect him, and we appreciate him. And tell me this, where do you have a man of his notoriety that can let someone say, hold, wait a minute now, what? That's because he operates with love and compassion and understanding. And that's my brother. So don't let nobody say, well, he couldn't. No, I don't cut him off. He knows I'm guiding for time. That's what we do on the Talk B. Jones. We want you to call and express yourself and be able to talk on the Talk B. Jones. That's what we do. We express ourselves. Now, going back real quickly to that Delta variant, you're looking at all circumstances that are going on as time moves on, family. Every place is going to require you, basically, to have to show that you have gotten your shot in the arm. That time when they're giving you to have that option to do it or don't do it, they're going to make things in this country so tough for you to get around and do things and participate. It's going to be tough. But it's going to be tougher for the folks if you don't take your injections. We want you to stay healthy. We want you to help the folks who are vaccinated to stay healthy. And remember, family, if you've been vaccinated, you still have to go through and continue wearing your mask and washing your hands. And Michelle, you gone?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
How difficult is it with those little kids with the runny nose? You know, they got the little runny nose, etc. How difficult is it going to be for them with the
If
mask?
the parents tell them it's good, is not that difficult. They usually follow the rules. What I'm talking about is your teenagers who do know better.
Okay.
The little kids, they love us. They love their teachers. If mom and dad say this is, they'll do it. And all I need them to do is practice at home before you send them to school. But your teenagers, we need to have a conversation with them.
Okay, so it's the 12 and up. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so very much. We love you. Appreciate you. Okay. And thank you.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a great one.
You too.
All right. Bye now. Family, once again, this has been the Talk B. Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. And family, we ask you, tell your friends, every Wednesday from 10 to 11, check us out. Roku, Amazon, Apple, all of those modalities. But Sunday nights on channel 15.2 on Sunday nights from 8 to 9, we're live. We love you. We appreciate you. Continue to share the program. We love you again. Bye now. wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and I